Hello and welcome to Universal Studios Hollywood. We have a lot to check out today, from a brand new store to Super Nintendo World wait times on a Thursday. Let's head in the park. And while it may look like it's not that crowded over here, looking down the front street, you can tell there are some crowds. It also did just start raining, so I'm glad I brought my raincoat. Now, because it just started raining, we're seeing a lot of characters head in right now, like Marilyn Monroe. Looks like Gabby is heading in, and we have a lot more. Our first update's right here on the upper lot, where we have the door wide open into what is going to be the Universal Amphitheater. It's like the doorknob just fell off, but what was good is we were here a couple days ago, and we were able to see a little bit more in, where you can see they've just completely tore up the ground, all the fountains and everything here. I'm saying Universal Amphitheater because permits have revealed they are building one, and this is the only major construction going on in the park that is not related to the special effects or animal actors demolition. But don't worry, we're going to get a look at that as well. Even though it's a random Thursday in February, Despicable Me Mini Mayhem is over an hour wait right now. I guess people are just looking to escape the rain. Speaking of escaping the rain, instead of doing meet and greets outside Miss Hattie's home for girls, Gru is now doing a meet and greet over here underneath the Parisian courtyard. Heading into the former smoking section to check on some construction. Now, this is going to be our best location to see the animal actors demolition, although that's not going to happen for a couple weeks. Over at Super Nintendo World, it looks like the Mario Kart Extended queue is being used, and the single rider queue is around the corner. Over to the left, here's our look at the Universal Creative Campus, which I'm kind of thinking that both buildings here that we've been looking at, the one on the left and the one on the right, which is taking over the former commissary, I think they're connected and they're part of the same campus, just because of their physical proximity and around the time that they started coming up. It also looks like they're using this team member parking lot next to the Frankenstein parking structure as some sort of staging area, possibly for Horror Nights. We do have one house that has already been under construction, and we'll get a look at that from the studio tour. Leaving the park, here's a look at the side of the Universal Creative Campus as seen heading towards Lankershim Boulevard. You can see just how big this place is and how much glass has been installed. There's a lot of progress going on that we just can't see in the park. And as I say every time I leave the former smoking section, do not smoke, it kills you. Now, heading towards the Wizarding World, because I do want to head on Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey today, we still have no update here on animal actors. The sign is still outside the building, although the sign out front has been removed. But underneath animal actors, we do have an update, and that's the Production Central location, which is open for a brief time with some discounted merchandise, up to 50% off. Your annual pass holder discount does work after this 50% off. And while a lot of the merch we've seen before, like stuff from Jaws, Universal Monsters, all the classic Universal properties over here, we do have some stuff that typically isn't on sale, like stuff over here from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, this entire section, which is pretty cool. Typically, we only see these kind of discounts after Halloween Horror Nights. Let's look at some of the merch up close. Over here, the posters are $10, which means you can get them for $5. These are massive posters. The fact that these are $5, these are pretty great. They also do have candy in here. They have saltwater taffy. Okay, leaving Production Central, we're going to head over to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and see if we can't escape some of this rain just a little bit by going on Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. Crowds in the Wizarding World seem pretty light today, which is nice. Okay, I think I spoke too soon. They're actually pretty crazy crowds. Again, I don't know what to expect from a Thursday because I never come here on Thursdays, but this is something else. Okay, now let's head into Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. It's saying it's about a 15-minute wait. That was awesome. I love that attraction. It ended up being about 30 seconds to get through the entire queue. I did have to drop my stuff off at the locker, and the locker banks were absolutely swarmed. Now I'm going to head down this way and check out the studio tour because we do have some updates on there that are pretty notable. So the studio tour is about 5 minutes, but I don't even have time for that today. But luckily, I did head on it yesterday, and we have a lot of fun updates. So let's magically teleport back a day and check out all the updates from the studio tour. We're heading down to the studio tour because, of course, we have the Horror Nights house that we need to look at. We just got confirmation from John Murdy that it is not Chucky, and we are on the studio tour. We're in the last row, and over to the left here, we have the Universal Creative Campus. I also don't know if it's just me, but it looks like the bottom half is parking lots. I know every week I just keep saying it gets bigger, it gets more fleshed out, but yeah, this week it absolutely did. Right next to the creative campus of the building that took over the former commissary, we now believe that this is also part of the creative campus. So they're doing a lot more construction down there than we can actually see visibly from the studio tour and from the upper lot. So right over here, this is where the Chinatown set used to be. The only thing remaining is that red building right there. They've taken everything down. I was told by someone in the know that it is not Big Trouble in Little China as we originally thought, but it is instead some sort of project with Chinatown in the title. It is based off of a book. I don't know what that is, but if you know, let me know in the comments. Over by Fast and the Furious, no update visible from here. They did have some rumors of a Back to the Future thing coming to the studio tour, so maybe that's what that is. Over in front of 6 Points, Texas, the fountain is on, and in 6 Points, Texas, one of the windows is wide open so you can kind of see inside one of the buildings. The Good Place sign was removed from Little Europe, and it was replaced with a corporate sign for Unilever, which must have had an event back here. Colonial Street is still closed for whatever that mystery project is. It does have the codename Pepper, if that lets you know anything. And I was just told today that it is a television show, and they are wrapping up the final episodes now. And know that even though it is filming on the Universal lot, it doesn't mean it is going to be on NBC or Peacock. It could be for Netflix or something else.
Oh no, oh no, oh
Passing the Curious George Park structure to check on, yes, Halloween Horror Nights construction. If you watched last week, you saw that they started constructing the first house for Halloween Horror Nights all the way in February. This is crazy. We do know one thing about this house is that it is not Chucky. What else do we know about it? Absolutely nothing. Leaving the studio tour with no crazy progress, but I want to say, as always, have a tramtastic day. Now off the studio tour, we do have a ride update, and that's over here at the Simpsons ride, which has closed for refurbishment, which is interesting because it was closed for refurbishment pretty recently when they were redoing the exterior of the building. So maybe this is just a minor thing? Unsure. But now we're going to head down to the lower lot to check out some updates down there. It looks like Super Nintendo World is only accessible via virtual line. Because I do have a platinum pass, I'm able to just walk right in. Okay, I was wondering where all the crowds were, and even though it's raining, it seems like everyone is outside here in the lower lot. Revenge of the Mummy is a 35-minute wait. Transformers The Ride 3D is a 45-minute wait, but Super Nintendo World is open. Let's head in here. Heading into Super Nintendo World, a lot of people right now are waiting to get their photo outside the Warp Pipes in Star Plaza. We're going to head through the Warp Pipe and check out the land a little bit. So believe it or not, they're still iterating on the land and on the operations of the land, trying to improve and make things a little bit easier for people. For example, the Piranha Plant Challenge over here, this is the queue. This didn't used to be the queue. This used to just be an entrance into the question mark block themed area, and now it wraps around. It's a lot more efficient. This is the queue over here for the Goomba Challenge and for Princess Peach. There are two different queues that are in this area. Next to the Power Up Band kiosk, they have set up a beverage cart over here. They also have better queuing over here for the Pow Box Challenge. And even though it's a 25-minute wait, the queuing for Bowser Jr. seems to be... oh, wow. Nope, that is long. Mario Kart is showing a 100-minute wait, but looking at the length of the single rider line, I don't think I'm going to go on it today. The Thwomp Challenge is out the door for a line, but it does move pretty quickly because it's in groups of at least two. A lot of people are going to be very upset at Toadstool Cafe because they just put up a sign saying, sorry, we are sold out for today, meaning they are no longer accepting any new reservations. Over at the One-Up Factory, when I was here on opening, they added these new question mark hedges on either side. And I know that's just a quick update, but I've done everything in the land and it's just a little bit too crowded to wait an hour to go on Mario Kart right now. Outside of the land, the new merch that showed up on opening day is now also in the character shop. We have the new t-shirt here, the new poster, the new backpack, and the new cooling towel. We also have the new pin, and something that makes me a little bit salty is the opening day magnet, which has the opening date on it. They have that here as well. I rushed to get this on opening day. Speaking of opening day, because I didn't get to make a video, I didn't tell you guys about what opening day was like for me. I was told by a lot of different people to get here at 4 a.m. So I got here at 3:30. I was told there'd be hundreds of people here already. And I think Universal was expecting that. There were only 15 at the time. They had all the barricades set up at what was formerly the Saddle Ranch Chop House location. And we were there until about 4:30 when they let us through security. Then they let us into the park around 5:30.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And then down to the lower lot around 6. I was lucky to be here with a group of friends, and we were all just completely exhausted, and I was dead set on making sure I was here for the opening moment. And I'm so happy I was, because all the Universal creative executives were here. Miyamoto-san was here, the creator of Mario, Luigi, and Nintendo. And just getting to be here on opening day to experience opening day crowds was fantastic. This was my first opening day launch ever of a land at Universal Studios Hollywood, and I will definitely be here for whatever the next one ends up being. Speaking of whatever might be next for Universal, I know this is early, but we have to talk about Halloween Horror Nights. We saw a little bit over at the studio tour, but I was here a couple days ago and spoke with Dracula, and he told me that the Phantom of the Opera will be coming to Horror Nights. I don't know if this will be fully announced by the time this video is posted, but it came from a character from Universal Studios Hollywood, so I'll take that as an official announcement, or as official as it's going to get. Now, speaking of official, let's take an official look at the crazy wait times in the park right now, which make absolutely no sense. Starting at Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, 15 minutes, Flight of the Hippogriff 10, Ollivanders 20, Studio Tour 5, Secret Life of Pets is 65, Despicable Me 75, Simpsons is closed, Kung Fu Panda 15, Nintendo is virtual, Mario Kart is a 100-minute wait, Jurassic World is a 5-minute wait, even though it's raining, Transformers is 45, and Revenge of the Mummy is 35. Well, it looks like the sun is coming, but not right now, because we still have a lot of rain left. It's going to be raining for the next 2 days. But anyway, we're here right outside the special effects show, and doesn't really look like anything has changed here. Zooming in, I was kind of hoping they would have removed the bleachers by now, but it looks like they haven't. I'm looking at the hill right below the special effects show. I'm not sure if the demolition is also going to include the demolition of the Universal City sign. I would assume it will, but I guess we're going to see in the coming weeks. But what is pretty cool is we now have a rainbow right now over Quickie Mart. It's pretty difficult to see, but it's there. One thing I will say about the rain is it does make the Wizarding World of Harry Potter look all that more epic. Looks like Donkey's here. I think that means we kind of have to go say hi to him, right?
What's going on, man? What's cracking?
I was wondering, it's raining. Do you have any fun rainy day things that you like to do?
Rainy day things? Oh, rainy day thing. Like rainy day, like things to do with my kids and stuff like that. Like rainy day activities and stuff like that. Go on Bug Shrek. Yeah, that's fun and everything like that. Don't do that. And then we dance a lot. We do like little spaghetti dance and everything. Cause that's what you do. You gotta make the rain clouds happy again. And you do that by doing like wacky dances and stuff like that. You never heard that?
I've never heard that.
No, you never heard. Yeah, you gotta do all the wacky stuff to make the rain clouds happy again so they stop crying.
Is it okay for Dragon to fly in the rain?
It's okay to fly in the rain?
Yeah.
She's okay to fly in the rain. I mean, we got the windshield wipers and stuff like that. We got to install those and everything, and seatbelts and stuff. But yeah, it's cool. She's flying the rain.
I always love seeing Donkey, and I also love seeing new merch, like these new Simpsons plushies, which I don't think have been here. I think these are new. These are inside the Animation Studio store. We also have some new merchandise inside the Universal Studios store. First thing, and I don't think this is new, but we have the Bates Motel towel. I haven't seen this before, but I just wanted to point it out because this is a genius idea. Another thing, which is at least new to me, are these Back to the Future boxers, which is pretty fun. And then we have this new Back to the Hundreds collection. I don't know what this is all about. Does anybody know? Put it in the comments down below. Over in the Wizarding World section, we have a relatively new pumpkin sipper. There's nothing inside of it, but for $15 you get this cute sipper. You also have some new merchandise in the Super Nintendo World section. Oh, goodness help my wallet, because this is new as well. This is a wooden Super Nintendo World sign for $25. Ooh, that's expensive. And now underneath the question mark block, we had a great day today. I got to go on a couple of rides, and I got to head inside and check out some new merch, some Horror Nights construction. It's crazy that it's already starting, but thank you guys so much for joining me on this rainy day at Universal Studios Hollywood, and I will see you guys in the next one.